massive US Open upset, Novak Djokovic stunned by an extremely hot Alexei Popyrin. Here are my 3 quick takeaways as to why Novak lost that match. The last 2 nights of the US Open have been absolutely wild. Carlos Alcaraz, complete shocker, no one saw that coming. And then you got the very next night, Novak out as well. He did lose to an extremely aggressive and extremely hot Alexei Popyrin, but still, seeing Novak lose in the 3rd round, which he hasn't done in the US Open since 2006. That's almost 2 decades of absolute consistency and making it past the 3rd round to try to compete in the US Open. On top of that, with Novak losing this year, this makes the very first year since 2002 that none of the big 3 has won a single Grand Slam title in a calendar year. So first of all, you got to give credit to Alexei. He was absolutely on fire. He won the Canadian Open, so he was feeling really good about himself coming into the US Open. And then he's going up against Novak Djokovic. Novak himself said in the interview after the loss that it wasn't his best tennis. He didn't have it in him. But when you're going up against a guy like Alexei, who's, again, like I said, completely on fire and feeling really good about himself on the hard course, then it was a recipe for disaster for sure. So great job by Alexei coming in, facing Novak, facing that crowd, the pressure that comes in on facing on the center stage, and keeping his composure and actually sticking to his game plan and executing as well. So well done and great job by him. The second key takeaway for me from that game was essentially Novak's age and fatigue. It was a combination of both. He played 4 major tournaments in the span of 3 months. The French Open, he went quarterfinals, a grueling tournament because the knee injury, he took some time off, got ready for Wimbledon, again, made it to the finals, lost that, the emotional Olympic final where he won that, and the emotion you saw from him that coming out, just emotionally draining, right? And then to get ready again at his age, and even mentally speaking, to get ready for a US Open, try to put your body through that. I just didn't think at the age of 37, his body responded to the way it might have if he was a lot younger. And the last key takeaway for me from the US Open after it finished and Novak lost was I saw an end of Novak's dominance for the first time. This entire year, if you look at minus the Olympic gold medal, his record, according to Novak's standard, wasn't at the level that you would expect from Novak. For anybody else, it would be a great season, but for someone like Novak, who has been pretty much dominant and consistent throughout every single major tournament since 2010, 2011, is just seeing that his body not being able to respond in those tough, difficult situations when you're mentally not there and you somehow got to pull yourself together. So I just thought that this signaled, the entire season did, but this US Open 3rd round, which he hasn't lost, again, like I said, since 2006. This is the first time he's losing in 3rd round, since 2006 in the US Open. So it does start showing hints of what we might expect from him going forward, that we might be able to see the same level of dominance that he once displayed. So now that Novak and Carlos are both out, let me know in the comments below who you might think might be the favorite to win the US Open this year.